Right, we've got, it's, what day is it today? Sunday, isn't it?
Sunday.
Now. Got Jimmy here, and we've got his Ford. And because we're obsessed with getting heaters working...
It's nippy.
This one isn't working, is it?
No.
Well, it did, but now it's not working.
That's right.
I changed the thermostat in it before I did mine, and I got it working. But now, I think what it's done is it's sucked air in. So what we're going to use is we're going to refill all the coolant, and we're going to use one of these things here. I bought it the other day. It's called a burping something or other. What you do is you fit this with some adapters on. He's laughing. You fit this on your radiator, and whilst it's filling with coolant, you run the engine, and it allows air to get out and coolant to get in. Whereas if you just took the radiator cap off, you can't really do that. So that should be a lot of fun. But first of all, we've got to get the old coolant out, don't we? Now, fortunately, this is nice. It's got a bit of pressure there, eh? This is cold still.
It's cold.
Pressure. Now we're also going to replace the cap. We've got a new cap for it. Now, how these work, as you know, there's a rubber seal on there and there's a spring. You see, it doesn't move all that much. So when there's under pressure, it compresses, and then any excess coolant that's expanded from being hot goes into the expansion tank. What is that? That's here, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then when it's cooled, there's a little valve here that opens up like that and lets coolant back in. So that's how they work. Yeah, so what it's supposed to do is have a gravity head on here, and you can maybe see it bubbling through. That's the problem, it's trying to get the air out. I'm quite surprised it hasn't come out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, put another one in. We put an inline T-piece with a breather hose in to stop it getting airlocked. So it needs 12 litres in this system.
Right.
So we need 6 litres of Presto.
Okay.
There's like nearly 4 in that one and 4 in that, almost 4 in that one.
Yeah.
There, you see the air coming out?
Yeah.
See, now the pump's in, it'll circulate that a lot better, you know, the pump's running. Well, this provides a head of coolant higher than the engine, because if we only had it down to there, we'd never get the air out of it. This little burping tool, which comes equipped with a load of bits and pieces, was worth its weight in gold to get the air out of the system. Nice. And for 15 quid or $30, it's a nice little stocking filler. Will it work on a Land Rover though? This is the point. Will it work on a Land Rover? I'm not sure. The ones I do, the old Land Rovers, have a screw-in bung on the radiator and on top of the thermostat housing. So I haven't got any engines in here at the moment, so I don't know. But anyway, going back to this. We messed about on Sunday, and I had things to do, Jim had things to do, and we sort of left it. But it still wasn't running right. It still, you know, the heater was okay. I was convinced there was air in the system, but after using that, there can't have been. The heater hoses were getting hot. Hot this way and hot this way. Feed and return were getting hot. This usually points to a fact that there's something wrong with the heater box, because obviously air's not passing over the heater to drop the temperature, but there must be circulation, otherwise the hoses wouldn't get hot. So after a bit of research, I found out that the blend motor, which I'll picture here, has problems. It doesn't work. It's an electrical reduction gear that opens and closes a little flap. So I ordered one off Amazon, and then the next day I said, oh Jim, it's going to come into this part, so let's have a look at it. So we dropped the glove box down. That was really easy to get into, and you could see it right at the very top of the motor. Bit tricky to get into. You needed some like little tiny ratchet screwdrivers, ratchet 8mm spanners to get into it, but it came out. Then we unplugged, we took the motor out and plugged it back in, got Jim to turn his knob around, and sure enough it wasn't working. So I said, well, let's have a look at it, see what's wrong with it. It could be a stripped gear. In that case it's no good, is it? Anyway, it turned out when I got the cover off, the electrical contacts inside there, which moves, so there was a fixed electrical contact and then there was some moving little forky type things, full of grease. They were absolutely full of grease. So I dried it out, cleaned it up, a little bit of brake cleaner, just be careful with plastics and brake cleaner, just a little dab just to clean up the contacts. Put it back on, it worked fine. But I realised something with that. So like it didn't seem to have an air recirculation feature. Well, at least I couldn't find it. It seems to always pull ambient air in. And now at -25, the heater was hot, but it wasn't boiling hot, if you see what I mean. So it's a good idea if you've got one of these cars that's just pulling ambient air in, just to clear the grille just in front of the windscreen of ice and snow, so that air can circulate. I can't believe they didn't put a recirculation feature in, but if they didn't, they didn't. And I'm not a Ford guy, but anyway. So that blend motor went back to Amazon because it didn't turn up till 8:30 that night. Obviously it was too late by then. I'm not going to put it back on again, and the old one worked. So, but if it goes wrong again, we know what it is. So that was that. So that fixed that problem. And like I say, it has been cold and snowing. I fixed it just in time, I think.